Alright, y'all. I don't like no whips and chains, but it seems that's all I've got. So come on and crochet with me, baby. Come and crochet with me, baby. Alright, so as you can tell, WIP stands for work in progress. So I decided to dedicate Wednesdays for that because usually we call it WIP Wednesday, like on the socials and stuff. So basically, if I have a project that needs to be finished, in this case, I'm gonna do Gloria the goldfish. This pattern is by Teresa's Crochet Shop. She has a website as well. She's on Etsy, so you can just type that name and you can find her even on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that. I believe she even has a YouTube page, YouTube channel. So anyway, without further ado, we're gonna get into this and let me know what you think. Hold that for me, homeboy. And this is Parfait Chunky by Premier in colored mango. So really what I have to do now is I got the body and I put the eyes on already, but I need to do two tail fins, two side fins, and then a top fin to finish this project. And then of course the accents, which I'm gonna probably put some white around the eyes, and I don't know about the blush. I mean, it's cute, but I don't know. I might. We'll see. But let's try these tail fins first, and I'll check back in with you. Alright, so I have finished one out of the two tail fins I need to finish. Little fuzzes and stuff. For the tail fin area, so the back of the fish, of course. I'm currently working on the second one, but I wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit, see little fun facts and whatnot as I go, so it won't be like, look what I done, look what I done, look what I done, and the video's over with, you know. So anyway, I started crocheting. I actually need to redo this. Okay, so I started crocheting around 8 or 9 years old, which is cool. That's the fun fact part of it for me. The other fact about it is that the way I remember when I started crocheting is because shortly after that I started my lady stuff. You know, natural nature thing that has to happen. I started early, and so that's honestly how I remember, like around the time I started. So the one that got me into crocheting was my mother. She had made baby clothes and all that, and for sure I know she made like mine. I was her youngest child. Well, I am her youngest child. Anyway, but yeah, so she made baby clothes. She made hats, scarves, beanies, like things like that. Like she could make clothes. But she had never done plushes, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I didn't get into doing plushies. I'm sorry, I didn't get into doing those until years later. Like that was, so to say, I was born in '93. If I start around 8 or 9, that means that was either 2001, 2002. Shortly after that, I had did my first scarf and stuff like that. I did a small little blanket, things like that. But fast forward to around 2015, that's when I first got into doing like plushies and stuff like that. And I was so proud of myself because it was around the time I was having seizures and stuff. And I feel like the seizures when I got older because I found out I had seizures when I was younger. But anyway, and I couldn't do anything. I had to be at the house, and so I was going crazy. And something that my mom always says is that when it comes to crocheting, especially as a hobby, you do it in spells if you don't consistently do it. And so what she means by that is that, like my mother, like she will pick it up and she'll do like I said, she did it when I was pregnant and everything else. Like I don't know in between that because I was younger, but around the time I asked her, around 8 or 9, she was heavily into it again. And so I asked her, I was like, hey, will you teach me? And she said, you got to listen, and and I knew she didn't have much patience or whatever. But, she worked with me. And so I learned how to do like single crochet, double crochet, the basics. And that's how I ended up getting into the other stuff. Uh, and then so she had put it down for a while, and then she'll pick it up, and then I did too. And it's crazy because she usually has a stash. Like she'll put her stuff up and she'll make sure she still got whatever she needs. I, on the other hand, would have to buy it and everything over again because usually I gave it away, gave it back to her, or whatever. Because I know she'll put it up and then we'll have it again when we try to crochet again. So anyway, So it was junior high, high school. I had started back crocheting again, but mostly like the earlier part of high school. That had got me a little side hustle to where I could crochet, make a little extra money, and so I would have money for Christmas presents, and they would have Christmas presents. It was kind of like that. That's usually what the situation was around that time. And then I stopped. I stopped before I graduated, and then after I graduated, I ended up picking up again and stuff. And then when I mainly picked up again, like I said, it was when I started having seizures, so that was pretty much had to be after I had got married and everything. So like I said, and she didn't pick it up then, but she ended up picking it up when we had when we were together for a little bit. And that's when I learned how to do the granny square, which was like 4 years later in 2019. So 2015, finally did plushes. I did not learn how to do an actual granny square until 2019. For some reason, I could not grasp that. And that's supposed to be like one of the easiest things. Like if you look up granny square, it says easy, beginner, basic, those words. And for some reason, a granny square was, I could not do it. But I made plushies, and I couldn't understand how I could make plushies and scarves and blankets and beanies, and I could not make a granny square. So, long story short, when we had moved and everything, I ended up sitting down and I worked with it and stuff. And of course, by this time, I actually was like had a computer, so I was really able to do it then and see videos and stuff too. And so that's what really helped me out. And I was able to make a granny square. And I was so excited about it. I made my nephew a big old blanket. And he was like probably 2, 3 years old around that time. He loved it. He carried it with him. Had 2 fins. He's gonna stick it on here. Like this. So it's gonna be like. Alright, so now that we got the tail fins on the body, we are going to do the side fins, which is 2 fins, and then the top fin, which is 1 fin. Alright, so I talked your head off already. But, I've done a few things in between. Well, probably more than a few things in between deciding to do this as a career choice. Like, one thing I did was, well, at first I went to Northwestern for some years. And then from there, I did not finish. Then I went to Blue Cliff College. I went for massage therapy first, and then I went back for aesthetics after almost 2 years. No, I wouldn't say that long. Of being out of massage therapy. I actually don't currently practice either one of them because of my body and stuff. But I would love to do I would love to do things in my practice, which I do still like massage and stuff, but it's not for money. It's usually at home and stuff with my husband and all that. I did have a business for a little bit with my best friend, and it was awesome while it lasted. But we both had a lot of stuff going on at the time, and it was just for the best. And then I was a stay-at-home wife for a while, and so now I'm crocheting. I did have a few like jobs besides that, but it wasn't nothing huge. But I would like for you guys to tell me anything you want to, like any questions, whether it's crocheting or personal life. If it's personal life, I don't want to answer it. I'm just going to be honest with you guys and not answer it, so you can feel free to have some questions or some things you want to see on this channel. Got the side fins done. Alright, had to get 2 of those. So let's try this. And alright, so we got the side fins and the tail fins on. Okay, so all that's left is the top fin, which I'm trying to figure out if this is going to be the top or is this going to be the top. I'm a little indifferent about that. Also, I'm going to talk to you guys more about the couponing without Sunday thing and the couponing in general mixed with this yarn channel. So, speaking of stuff I've done in the past, I'm currently still doing couponing, but I just can't get out there like I used to. And so I said I'm going to do it only on Saturday. So, to make sure that I have a schedule for that day, unless I'm sick or something, and I'll put that on my what's it called, community tab on the YouTube channel, and I'll try to update you guys that way. But the farmers market only will have me probably doing it a little later because it's like going to be on every Saturday starting April 27th through July 27th, I want to say. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna do the top fin and I'm gonna go from there. Alright, yeah. So I got a top fin on there. Okay, so one thing I wanted to tell you guys is that when it comes to patterns, sometimes I try to make it look exactly like it, and sometimes I don't. In this case, I didn't. I wanted to be a little bit more realistic with it. I love her patterns. There's nothing against her, and this is still her pattern. It's just I changed a little things just for my taste. Just like if you like certain arts and things, you want to just modify it to make it yours. Basically, what I'm doing. Um, but I'm not claiming this as my own at all. So another thing I did was I like to flip the fins outward like that. So you, depending on how you want to look at it and stuff, and you can do that with these as well, to where they both got like a both sides looks like something. But anyway, so last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some what I call eye whites, but accent the eyes. Maybe put a little smile. I'm not sure about the smile part yet. Cause like I said, I wanted it to be a little bit more realistic, not just real, but you know, go like that. So thank y'all for doing this so far with me though, cause like I said, this is motivation. Even though I know I can do this by myself and y'all not physically helping me, it does help to have someone there. So basically, what I keep like in my bags and just around is I'll have little balls of like black, usually for like mouth, whiskers, things like that, eyelashes, and then I'll have white, usually for to accent the eyes and stuff. And so I'm gonna cut some of this. And once again, this is not a tutorial. If I hadn't said that, it's not a tutorial at all. Like I said, you're gonna look at hers and be like, that don't look like that, but like I said, I wanted to, like, this is something I kinda want to freestyle a little bit. It's okay if you don't like it. Okay, so, but anyway, but yeah, so this year I'm gonna try to do the farmers market again. Well, I am doing farmers market again. And I'm trying to do, honestly, I want to do both farmers markets of the year. I did the fall last year, and I want to do the spring and fall this year. And I also was able to do what they call the mistletoe market. So in December, and that was fun. It was longer. It was my first time being away from my baby, but he didn't spend the night with me. Spend a night away from me, and that's what my husband messes with me about. That I still haven't actually been away from him, because like what I ended up doing was I asked my mother would she mind watching him that day, and what we did is we went the night before, spent the night, and then we left that morning, and we were gone most of the day and stuff, but I was back that night. And that's all I could think about was my baby. And I called, and I didn't worry her too much. I was proud of myself. I called and see how the accent style makes it cute that way too. But anyway, I didn't call her a lot. I called her like maybe 3 times total, and it was pretty much like a 12-hour thing. So I averaged like 4 hours in between calling, and then it kind of worked out because him being down that way, my brother stays closer to my mom than I do, and he has young babies. So my mom was like, asked about bringing them over there and stuff, and I love that because just because she's a grandma don't mean she's the mama or the parent, and so she was willing to ask me before she brought him over there, and then he was not outside of her contact. And I trust all my family members, but that was my first time being away that long. Even when I had to go back in for surgery and stuff, I got to see my baby before and after. And so it was like things like that. It's like, I'm working up to it, okay? I'm working up to it. It's really like that. But he did good. He was so happy to see his cousins, and they had a ball and stuff. And I was so happy to see him. And even though I did it and everything was fine, it's like I still haven't done nothing since December like that at all. Like, he still hasn't even spent an hour away from me since then. And it's hard, and I know it's supposed to get easier and stuff, and it was something I had asked my daddy, like when I was younger. I was like, hey, I said, I know there's a lot of people go on vacation and stuff, and mom and daddy didn't really stay away from us either, but I said, I know a lot of people, when they have kids, they go on vacation. I said, do we have to do that? He said, no. He said, it's up to you, what y'all decide and everything. Like, if you want to go, and the crazy thing is, I asked this before I was even a teenager. Like, it was just a curiosity thing at that point. It wasn't, I was planning on having no children or nothing at that point. Like, that was like a way down the line type thing. But it was just basically, do we have to be away from our babies? And I had like nephews and nieces and stuff, and I loved them, and I didn't want to be away from them. So it was like, let alone when I actually do have children, you know, if it's gonna be the same, do I have to actually go on vacation without them and all that? He's like, no, you. And so you can. He said you can do family trips and stuff. And I said, what about anniversaries and stuff like that? He said they can still go with you. You can still do something and also be alone with whoever you with. I was like, okay, cool. And that made me feel so much better, and it's crazy because, like I said, I was barely, you know, like I was either a young teen or preteen. Like it was crazy. Those kind of questions to ask. So here we go. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna add a little smiley face too. I think it's cute this way. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Should I add a smiley face or whatever? I mean, I could. If I don't like, I can always just take it out. But I like how it looks like this. It looks adorable. It looks sweet and innocent and stuff. And put that fan back. That's another reason why I like putting the fan back, because it does it. And then, like I said, I can just. I rambled a lot on this video. This is my first time doing a video like this. Let me know what y'all think. Any suggestions and stuff. I do accept criticism. Okay, because you know, use a little tact. But you can be like, hey, I don't like this video. I feel like you shouldn't talk that much, or at least, you know, there's something. But I'm trying to have info and things like that when I'm talking to you guys. Got some stuff that's sticking out. So, first whip, when it comes to Whip Wednesday, it's complete, y'all. I'm happy. I like it. I really do. Alright, so thank y'all for watching, and shout out to Teresa's Crochet Shop, because without her, I wouldn't have done a fish. And I've been had this pattern. I'm finally completing this fish. So, thank y'all.